let's start first with the game, with the Western Conference Finals, and Gregg Popovich saying that the team needed to get slapped, that they didn't believe that they could beat the Warriors. What do you make of this series as it moves back to San Antonio, Ramona?
I mean, I feel like Pop's been trying to fire his team up through the media for the last couple of days. I mean, even his reaction to the Kawhi injury, I think, was part of this. I mean, he knew that Kawhi was out, and he was trying to light a fire under his team, and around the NBA. Obviously, he was upset, but I think some of the ways that he did it the first day was sort of just to push his guys and like, okay, you want to light a fire under you. So last night was really just a continuation of that, right? I mean, that's just okay. Now I'm going to challenge their competitiveness. Now I'm going to challenge their belief, because look, it was profoundly disappointing when Kawhi got hurt. I thought we were going to be in for a classic 7-game series, and now, with the way the Spurs have been playing without Kawhi, it just feels like it could be a sweep, and an ugly sweep at that. So, he's obviously challenging his guys and pushing them just to get competitive and get back into this thing.
And your colleague who's calling the games, Jeff Van Gundy, said that Zaza Pachulia's play in Game 1 should be a flagrant foul, and then we see LaMarcus Aldridge do something similar to Durant in Game 2. Durant didn't think much of it. Do you think that there's going to be any sort of there for the Board of Governors to deal with something like this?
Yeah, it's something the competition committee can discuss, but it's obviously, there's already a rule, right? I mean, there's already something to this, and it's obviously becoming more of an issue because of the injury to Kawhi. But I do think this happens like all the time. And if the next day, Mike Brown took Pop's comments and said, yeah, actually LaMarcus did the same thing to Steph Curry 2 plays later, and he goes at the 7:23 mark. So in other words, why don't you guys go look at the 7:23 mark and you can see what happened. It was interesting just seeing how that played out, because obviously this is something that happens all the time. And is it dirty or unfortunate? I kind of canvassed about a dozen coaches, players, GMs, front office guys, and it was mixed, right, on that first play. And so I think that tells you just kind of where things all end up. It's somewhere in between, right? And maybe that is the way to change it, to make it a flagrant one, and then people really won't do that. But you also have to be able to close out and defend the three-point line, especially in today's NBA.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
If you like that video, be sure to download our app, and I'll be sure to help the NFL figure out what a catch is.